The Vrix had ruled the galaxy for 3 centuries with iron claws and plasma fire. Their empire stretched across 47 systems, each one conquered, each population subjugated. They were apex predators, 8 feet of chitinous armor, 4 arms ending in razor-sharp talons, and a philosophy that might made right. Commander Zethrak stood on the bridge of his flagship, the Devourer, watching another world burn. The Kalari had resisted. That was their mistake. Now their cities were ash, their forests carbon, their oceans boiling under orbital bombardment. "Sir," his tactical officer chittered, "we've detected an anomaly in Sector 7. Elaborate, an ancient vessel. Non-Vrix design. It appears to be drifting." Zethrak's mandibles clicked with interest. Ancient vessels often contain technology worth plundering. "Bring it aboard, carefully." The ship was enormous, a colony vessel perhaps from some long-dead civilization. Its hull was scorched and pitted, its engines cold. But as the Vrix boarding team cut through the airlock, they found something unexpected. Thousands of cylindrical chambers, each one frosted with ice, each one containing a sleeping figure. "Cryopods," the science officer reported. "Still functional. The occupants are alive." Zethrak examined the readouts. The species was unknown, bipedal, relatively small, soft-skinned. Weak. How long have they been sleeping? According to the ship's log, 800 years, 800 years. These creatures had been drifting through space since before the Vrix had discovered fire. They were relics, curiosities, and curiosities had value. "Wake one," Zethrak ordered. "Let's see what we found." Captain Sarah Chen's last memory was of Earth, green and blue and dying. The colony ship Odyssey had been humanity's desperate gamble, carrying 50,000 souls toward a distant world that might sustain them. She remembered the cryo sleep injection, the gradual numbness, the hope that she'd wake to a new home. She didn't expect to wake to a nightmare. The creature looming over her was something from a horror film, all sharp edges and cold eyes. Its translator device crackled to life. "You are aboard Vrix vessel. You are prisoner. Resist and you die." Sarah's training kicked in. Assess. Adapt. Survive. She looked past the creature, noting the armed guards, the sterile chamber, the fact that she was still breathing. They wanted something from her. "Where is my ship?" she asked, her voice hoarse from centuries of disuse. "In our cargo bay. With your people. 50,000 sleeping specimens. You will tell us, what value do you have?" Sarah's mind raced. 50,000. The entire colony. Still alive. What do you want to know? Your species. Your technology. Your weaknesses. Zethrak leaned closer. "Cooperate, and perhaps we let some of you live. As slaves." Sarah met his gaze without flinching. 800 years ago, humanity had been desperate, fractured, fleeing a dying world. But they'd also been survivors. Warriors. Explorers who'd clawed their way up from caves to the stars. "Let me talk to my crew first," she said. "Then we'll discuss terms." Zethrak's laugh was a harsh screech. "You negotiate? You have nothing." "I have 50,000 humans," Sarah said quietly. "You have no idea what that means." They woke them in batches, engineers, soldiers, scientists, farmers. Each one emerged from cryo-sleep into captivity, and each one received the same briefing from Sarah. "Stay calm. Stay smart. Wait for my signal." The Vrix were arrogant. They'd been apex predators for so long that they'd forgotten what it meant to face an equal. They underestimated the soft-skinned bipeds who seemed so weak, so fragile. That was their first mistake. Their second was giving the humans work assignments. Engineers to maintain the ship's systems, scientists to analyze Vrix technology, soldiers to clean weapons. Within 2 weeks, the humans understood every system on the Devourer. Within 3, they'd identified 17 critical vulnerabilities. Within 4, they'd built weapons from spare parts and cleaning supplies. "They're planning something," the science officer warned Zethrak. "The humans are too compliant." "They're broken," Zethrak dismissed. "Like every species we've conquered." That night, Sarah gave the signal. The uprising was swift and surgical. Humans had been fighting each other for thousands of years. They knew tactics, strategy, asymmetric warfare. They knew that size and strength meant nothing if you controlled the environment. They vented atmosphere in key sections, forcing the Vrix into choke points. They hacked life support, dropping temperatures to levels that slowed the cold-blooded aliens to a crawl. They used maintenance corridors and ventilation shafts, attacking from angles the Vrix never anticipated. Within 6 hours, the Devourer was theirs. Zethrak found himself on his knees in his own bridge, disarmed, surrounded by humans who'd been prisoners that morning. Sarah stood before him holding his own plasma rifle. "You asked what value we had," she said. "Here's your answer. We're survivors. We've fought ice ages and plagues and each other. We've turned deserts into gardens and split atoms and walked on moons, and we never ever give up." She gestured to the view screen where the Vrix Empire sprawled across the stars. "You've terrorized this galaxy for 300 years. You've enslaved dozens of species. That ends now. You cannot defeat us," Zethrak hissed. "We are billions. You are thousands." Sarah smiled, a cold, predatory expression that made the alien warrior flinch. "Then you'd better start running," she said, "because humanity is awake now, and we're very, very angry." The message went out on every frequency and every language the Odyssey's computers could translate. To the oppressed species of the galaxy, humanity has returned. We were gone for 800 years, but we're back, and we remember what it's like to fight for freedom. If you want to resist the Vrix, we'll show you how. If you want to reclaim your worlds, we'll fight beside you. The age of terror is over. The age of liberation has begun. Across 47 systems, slaves heard those words and dared to hope. And the Vrix, for the first time in 3 centuries, knew fear.